Hi everyone, welcome back to the Tactical Insight Show. We've got a little bit of a Tactical Insight extra here. Just me, Graham couldn't make it. Just to talk about some of the criticism Arsenal have been facing recently. And look, it's come from a lot of things. You know, you could talk about whether Saka feels he needs protection, whether that's right or wrong in the game. You can talk about, even we were criticised for the way we dealt with the postponement of the Spurs fixture. There's quite a few things Arsenal have been kind of criticised for. And one of the things has been the way Arsenal celebrate. You know, whether Arsenal have been over-celebrating. The players have been, what's the quotes you've been hearing? Celebrating like they've won the league or like they've won the Champions League and all that stuff. And I thought, look, the easiest thing, as we had a lot of fun last week, kind of, just joking about with it, kind of laughing, defending our team. I think, in fairness, we should just have a little look at whether there's anything to this. Are Arsenal over-celebrating? Are they, maybe just going a bit far with it? Do they need to kind of relax? So, as always, I've broken down the numbers. I've had a little look at what the data's been saying, have a little look at how we celebrated some of the goals as well on the tactical pad. Let's go through it, starting with the tactical pad, of course. Listen, we've got here a really big moment, a moment that Arsenal fans really enjoyed, the goal in the North London derby that put us 3-0 up. Saka's 1-1 with Dyer. But I want you to keep an eye on Mikel Arteta here on the touchline. So Saka's got the ball, he's driving into the space, gets the shot off, finds the corner, and Arteta just goes charging down the touchline. And as you can see, he goes quite far. Now, normally, what you see from managers, we'll just highlight it in yellow, they might go this far. Maybe if it's a really big goal, that. But this, and I'll highlight it in red, because it's really not great to see. That is a long way Arteta's come, to be fair. And you look at that, and that's early evidence of one of the goals we've scored suggests that he's, yes, enjoy the moment, absolutely, we're 3-0 up, but that's a long way he's gone. And actually, if we just take it back as well and look at a little picture of how he celebrated that goal as well, we've got it here. 2 fists in the air at once. You're used to seeing managers kind of with one fist, but 2 fists in the air, that is kind of more than you'd see from the average manager, in fairness. So I just think it's not all the evidence, but little early signs that in the big moments, it was only early in the season. And yeah, it's a North London derby, it's a big goal, but going a little bit overboard there. Let's talk about going back to the tactical pad. If we clear this up, let's talk about Bukayo Saka here as well. If we take it back a touch. So Saka scores, and then he runs off into the distance, as you'll see in a sec. And that's a long knee slide. I don't know if you caught that. Just there. That's a long knee slide. Obviously he's happy he scored. He's put us 3-0 up. But it's not a one-off. In fact, let me show you some of the numbers here. Interesting graphic. If you look at knee slides and total length this season, Arsenal have totaled 44 metres worth of knee slides in the Premier League. And what's staggering is that's the most of any team in the league. More than Man City on 42 metres, more than Liverpool, Palace and West Ham. And City and Liverpool have scored more goals than Arsenal. So you'd think that they would naturally accumulate a longer, total for their knee slide length. But no, it is Arsenal and it is Bukayo Saka. We know he failed a little bit in his knee slide against Villa. I mean, had he pulled that off, who knows how long we'd be talking. So, yeah, there's some truth to that as well. We do tend to knee slide longer than most teams, and the numbers are there. That's not the only time. We kind of sort of overdo it when we score goals. Bukayo Saka as well. He did this against Man City. And it's something the Arsenal team have been doing, and that's actually front row crowd entries. Something Arsenal have been doing a lot of. In fact, I'll read you this little stat I got in as well from the experts. In terms of front row crowd entries, only Liverpool have managed more than Arsenal since the start of the 2019-2020 season. So what does that tell you? Is that Mikel Arteta? Can you put that on him? That's, in that time, only Liverpool have managed more front row crowd entries. And in that time, they've won the Premier League and, the Carabao Cup and done a lot of really good stuff in that time. So, yeah, definitely suggests that Arsenal, again, maybe a little bit on the wrong side of celebrations. Let's, we kind of talked about sort of the goals and how we celebrate when a goal goes in, we talk about it from a player perspective. What about the fans? Well, if I'm honest, the evidence isn't too much better. Got a picture of the fans here. And as you can see, it's a lot of arms in the air. They look very happy. And look, absolutely, they should be happy. But, rein it in a little bit in fairness. And this is where, I want to come here and I want to defend Arsenal players and the fans and the club. But, when you look at what people have been saying, I think the numbers, the data, the image evidence tells you there's some truth to it. In fact, Arsenal fans actually hold one of the highest, if not the highest, XLPG in the league. Sorry, if you don't know what XLPG, that's expected limbs per game. Arsenal fans have one of the highest expected limbs per goal, actually, not per game, per goal in the league. I mean, when we score, they go absolutely mental. So yeah, definitely some more evidence there that maybe, again, we're overdoing it a little bit with the celebrations. That's all when we score a goal. Now listen, I can maybe forgive all that. In the euphoria of the moment, we scored a goal, everyone's enjoying it, you go a bit mad. I think you could probably look past all that. But when the game is over, I think you just got to know the game's done now. Let's move on to the next one, lads. And the next few bits of stats and information I'm about to give you are quite staggering, actually. Let's have a look at the heat map of Arsenal celebrations against Villa. I mean, you can see here where it's very concentrated to the left. Obviously they came to the away fans. I can understand that. So that's where the red is. But again, people, there's people celebrating in the penalty area, in the Villa penalty area, that is, the other side. I mean, yeah, that's a large area they've covered with their celebrations alone. Normally it'd be a little bit more condensed. You'd go and it'd probably be, you see a bit more yellow, you wave and you're off, but there's a lot of red covered there. So there's a lot of time spent, celebrating, with the Arsenal fans at Villa Park, and they're covering a big distance to it. I mean, did the staff and all them need to get involved? I'm not so sure. Ramsdale coming on, the pitch to enjoy it. He didn't even play. So, I'm not really sure about that. And if that wasn't evidence enough, I thought, well, look, maybe this is just the fact that Arsenal are showing a lot of passion in the Premier League or whatever, but actually they're going overboard in Europe as well. Let me show you these numbers. I've clocked here, I've got down the high five combinations of Europe's top 5 leagues. And again, I think it gives you a lot of evidence. Smith Rowe and Saka have combined for 276 high fives. De Bruyne and Rodri with 210, Messi, Neymar, Benzema, Vinicius up there around the 200 mark. But then look who else. Look what other 4 players make the top 6. Xhaka, Odegaard with 195 and Ramsdale and White with 193 high five combinations. That's across Europe's top 5 leagues. And look at the names they're up with. You could understand maybe because they're winning a Champions League tie, but and they got all those games, but not sure about it for us. Henderson, Salah, Thiago, Fabinho also make the list. So listen, guys, I don't want to get on Arsenal's back, all the players' back. I'm glad they're having a good time of it. And I'm glad that the fans are enjoying themselves. But it does come to a point where you think, actually, maybe rein it in a little bit. Because when you look at the numbers, you look at the raw data, you look at some of the photographic evidence we've got, maybe there's a point. Maybe all these critics about the way we're celebrating maybe have a point in what they're saying. Listen, the numbers are there. You let me know what you think. Do you think Arsenal are celebrating too much? You let me know in the comments section what you think. And yeah, have a good April. See you next time.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.